Hello friends, in the last video we have discussed about reproduction in lower and higher plants part 2, that is vegetative propagation. The link of the part 1 and part 2 is given in the description box. Before discussing about sexual reproduction, we must know the structure of typical flower. So in this video, we will discuss about the structure of typical flower and its parts. Please check your knowledge by answering multiple choice questions at the end of the video. If you like the video, then please share it and subscribe my channel. Structure of typical flower and its parts. The flower is a reproductive structure of angiosperms, that is flowering plants. A typical flower consists of 4 whorls arranged on a solan stalk or pedicel, namely calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium from outer to inner of the flower. The calyx and corolla are accessory whorl, while androecium and gynoecium are reproductive or essential whorls. The calyx and corolla may be fused in plants like lily to form perianth. The individual members of the calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium are called sepals, petals, anther and carpel respectively. The members of the perianth are called tepals. If a flower has all the 4 whorls, it is called complete flower. Absence of any of the 4 whorls make it incomplete. If both the reproductive whorls, that is androecium and gynoecium, are present, it is called bisexual flower, while presence of either of the 2 reproductive whorls make it unisexual flower. It may be staminate, that is stamens are present, or pistillate, that is only carpels are present. The flower which pedicel is called pedicellate flower, stalk flower, while the flower without pedicel is called sessile flower. The solan end of the stalk or pedicel on which floral whorls are arranged is called thalamus or receptacle. Flowers are classified into 2 types on the basis of symmetry, that is symmetrical flowers and asymmetrical flowers. Symmetrical flowers means which are divided into 2 similar halves when cut along a plane passing through the center. For example, mustard, pea, etc. The symmetrical flowers are further divided into 2 types, zygomorphic flowers and actinomorphic flowers. Zygomorphic flowers are the bilaterally symmetrical flowers such that they can be divided into 2 equal halves when cut along only one vertical plane. For example, Fabaceae family members like Cassia, Gulmohar, pea, etc. Actinomorphic flowers, on the other hand, are radially symmetrical flowers which can be cut into 2 equal halves when cut in any vertical plane passing through its center. For example, mustard, chili, datura, etc. Asymmetrical flowers which cannot be divided into 2 similar halves when cut along the plane passing through the center. Flowers can still be classified into trimerous, tetramerous or pentamerous on the basis of numbers of floral whorls. Trimerous flowers have 3 or multiple of 3 floral whorls. Tetramerous flowers which have 4 or multiples of 4 floral whorls. Pentamerous flowers have 5 or multiples of 5 floral whorls. The flowers of monocots are trimerous, while the flowers of dicots are either tetramerous or pentamerous. Flowers are of 2 types, bracteate flowers and ebracteate flowers. Bracteate flowers have a small leaf-like structure called bract or hypsophil at the base of pedicel. For example, China rose, tulip, etc. Ebracteate flowers lack bract at the base of pedicel. For example, mustard, members of cruciferous family. Flowers are also classified into 3 types on the basis of position of ovary with respect to other floral whorls. Hypogynous flowers. Ovary is at the top while all other floral whorls are situated below it, that is ovary is superior. For example, China rose, brinjal and mustard. Second, epigynous flowers. Ovary is situated at the bottom while all other floral whorls are situated above the ovary, that is ovary is inferior. For example, cucumber, guava, etc. Third, perigynous flowers. Both ovary as well as other floral whorls are situated at the same level, that is, ovary is half inferior. For example, rose, plum, peach, etc. Parts of the flower. A typical flower has four whorls, that is, calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium from outside to inside. First, calyx. It is the outermost wall of the flower. Individual members of calyx are called sepals. Usually sepals are green in color and are involved in protection of flowers during bud condition, photosynthesis, etc. Calyx may be gamocephalous, in which sepals are fused, or polycephalous, in which sepals are free. Corolla. It is the wall inner to calyx. The individual members of corolla are called petals. The petals are usually brightly colored to attract pollinating agents. Corolla also protect the reproductive whorls. Androecium, it is the male reproductive whorl of the flower. The individual members of androecium are called stamens. Each stamen is composed of stalk called filament and anther, which is bilobed and tetralocular, having two pollen sacs per lobe. The pollen sac is the region where pollen grains are produced. If the stamen is unable to produce pollen grains, such a sterile stamen are called staminode. Stamens may be fused with petals, that is epipetalous, or tepals, that is epiphyllous, in brinjal and lily respectively. The stamens are classified into types on the basis of whether they are fused or free, as polyandrous, in which stamens are free, monoadelphous, in which stamens form single bundle, for example in China rose, diadelphous, that is stamens are united to form two bundles, for example in pea, polyadelphous, that is stamens form more than two bundles, for example in citrus. Gynoecium is the innermost female reproductive wall of the flower. The individual member of gynoecium are called carpels. Each carpel consists of three parts, that is ovary, style, and stigma. Ovary is the basal part of the carpel, which consists of one or more ovules. These ovules may be attached to flattened cushion-like placenta via either marginal, axile, parietal, basal, central, or free central placentation. The placentation is defined as arrangement of ovules within the ovary around the placenta. The carpel may be single, that is monocarpellary, 2 bicarpellary, 3 tricarpellary, or more than 3, that is polycarpellary. The carpel can also be classified as apocarpous, that is carpels are free, or syncarpous, that is carpels are united. The apocarpous condition is present in lotus, rose, etc., while syncarpous condition is present in mustard, tomato, etc. After fertilization, ovary develops into fruit while seeds develop from ovule. Style is the elongated portion which connects the ovary with stigma. Stigma is the topmost portion of the carpel which receives the pollen during pollination. Check your knowledge. First, which of the following acts as stalk of the flower? A. Pedicel, B. Peduncle, C. Pedicle, D. All the above. Second, which of the following is the accessory whorl of the lily flower? A. Calyx, B. Perianth, C. Corolla, D. Both A and C. Third, during excavation of ancient remains, scientists came across a floral parts, namely sepal, petal, and a pollen. Which of the following terms describe the flower more appropriately? A. Complete flower, B. Unisexual flower, C. Bisexual flower, D. Staminate flower. 4. A flower is having many fused carpels with superior ovary. Which of the following will define it correctly? A. Polyadelphous, apocarpous, hypogynous. B. Polycarpellary, syncarpous, epigynous. C. Polycarpellary, syncarpous, hypogynous. D. Polyadelphus, Syncarpus, Perigynous. 5. Which of the following accessory whorl is present in flowers having epiphyllous stamens? A. Calyx, B. Perianth, C. Corolla, D. Tepals. Stay tuned for the answers which will be given in the next video.